Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. Today we're picking back up with Bridesmaids. This is the second part of the series of the breakdown of Bridesmaids. So if you haven't seen the first part, go back and watch it. This one is just so much fun for me to recap. There's so much good behind the scenes stuff, so I can't wait to get into this. Let's pick up where we left off. Remember in the first part we'd already met all the bridesmaids. So this was kind of kicking off, getting to know them. And he's got a terrible home life where she's living with his roommate and his sister, and it picks up with them back at home, working out the living situation. And then, of course, we go more into the bridesmaids of it all. And this episode includes the gastrointestinal stuff, we'll say, that happens in the movie. One of the funnier scenes. God, they're all so funny, right? And yeah, we'll pick up from there, and this is part 2, so enjoy. 2. Okay, so back to Annie's house. So they have a talk about why is your sister always here but not paying rent, and she's got an excuse. It's because she's on visa, she can't work, so it's just all a lot of strain on Annie. But also we find out they've been going into Annie's room, trying on her clothes, and reading her journal. So just one terrible thing after another. Okay, so Annie plans this dinner, lunch, whatever it is. She wants everybody to go to this Brazilian steakhouse. So a theme for this over and over is that Annie, unfortunately, because of losing her business, lost a ton of money. So she tries to save money where she can because, again, she's out a ton of money. So this was her idea for a lunch for all the girls. Well, they're eating all this meat, and this is going to set up a scene that's coming up. It's probably one of the most infamous scenes from the movie. But, of course, Helen is just kind of nibbling on a salad. So it doesn't... Spoiler alert, they end up getting food poisoning really badly. But Helen, of course, stays gorgeous and doesn't have the same problem. But everybody else is enjoying the food, and it comes back to them later. So when Lillian goes to the bathroom, Annie says, listen, let's surprise her for her bridal shower. It's always been her dream to go to France. So she wants to throw this beautiful Paris shower and make it really special. Melissa McCarthy's idea is, hey, let's have a Fight Club theme. She literally says, let's just fucking attack. I love Melissa McCarthy in this movie. Okay. They end up going to Belle en Blanc. It's a very fancy, very pretentious wedding shop, wedding dress shop. We find out here that Lillian actually already has a dress. So Helen's friend is this fabulous designer in Paris and is making the dress, but the girls decide they're going to try on bridesmaid dresses. So, of course, Annie is broke. She keeps suggesting, like, a cheaper dress, whereas Helen has all the money in the world, doesn't think about things like that, is trying on the most expensive dresses. So as they're trying on these dresses and looking at things, we're hearing a series of gurgles, and they're starting to say that they're feeling hot and sweaty. Melissa McCarthy's doing this. She's jumping around, acting like an animal at this shop. Oh, also, I love her. This is Jessica St. Clair. If you ever listen to How Did This Get Made, she's a regular guest on there. Very funny comedian and been in a lot of stuff. And she plays the attendant, the bridal shop attendant, whatever. Okay, so all the girls are trying on different dresses to see how they look, and Kristen Wiig is fighting for the dress she's got on, which looks really pretty on her because it's the cheapest, and everybody else, has on these dresses. They end up wearing the ones that Helen picks out. It's the most expensive dress. They put Maya Rudolph, Lillian, in this dress that they think will look kind of like the dress she's going to have on the day. They just kind of want to get into the spirit. They put her in this dress. All the other girls are wearing these dresses. Well, as they're doing this, oh my God, the food poisoning takes hold. It's the full effect. You guys, I get nauseous easy, so I'm going to have to skim over parts of this, but in a nutshell, it starts with Melissa McCarthy's character and goes on to the rest of them where they start getting violently ill, coming out of whichever end you can think of, and they're running to bathrooms, they're sweating, they're getting very sick. Again, easy to blame Annie because she's the one that wanted to eat at that steakhouse that made them all so sick. So, famous scene here where Melissa McCarthy hops up on the sink and gross things happen after that. God, this picture just, oh my God, it's so much. Okay, so they're all getting sick. They're getting sick in the toilet. Just one after the other, they're dropping like flies. So what's supposed to be this magical moment between the bridesmaids, ends up, pretty gross. Let's talk about Ellie Kemper for a minute. So she does such a great job. She plays Becca, a newlywed who is very much like her Office character, right? Where she's just optimistic and naive and, I don't know, kind of dumb, right? And so just a behind the scenes thing. So before he came to Hollywood, Jon Hamm, of course, who plays Ted, used to be a high school drama teacher in Missouri. One of his acting students was actually Ellie Kemper. Isn't that funny? What a small world. So they're in the movie together, of course, and she does just such a great, I just love her so much. I find her very funny, so she does a great job. There's actually a scene later where she just says, "I would like one alcohol, please," which is kind of a nod to The Office, where she said a very similar line about wanting an alcohol. I just love how she comes across in this role, and a lot of her roles. It's pretty funny. Okay, another fun behind-the-scenes thing to know is the cast spent about 2 weeks improvising with each other a lot, and that ended up being incorporated into the movie. So a lot of their stuff was improvised and just kind of off the cuff, which I love. I love knowing that. Very funny scene here where Lillian, it hits her too while she's in this wedding dress. I don't know where she thinks she's running to, another bathroom, I believe, across the street, but she can't make it. So it happens where it happens, right? So she squats down in the middle of the road and she keeps saying, "It's happening. It's happening." Jessica St. Clair, again, fabulous in this role, completely freaking out that, well, all these girls are doing this in the dresses. So again, Annie does what she does. Anytime she's having a bad time, she ends up back in bed with Ted. She's trying to be the quote-unquote cool girl who doesn't want anything. And he's just a straight-up just dick, right? Total dick to her. And this is where he says the line about just basically she's trying to pretend like there might be somebody else. And he's like, well, would that somebody else be able to do this? And just keeps honking her boob while she's trying to talk to him. So she goes to a convenience store. And who does she run into? The very cute Officer Rhodes. So he offers her a carrot, which is so random, and she's kind of like, what? So they end up sitting on top of his police car and eating carrots. There's a whole joke about there's always a bad one in the bag. She gets the bad one. He says it's lucky, take a bite, make a wish. She throws it on the ground. Find out he has a thing against littering. He can't stand it, so he picks it back up. Okay, did you know that this was Kristen Wiig's first leading role? That kind of blows me away, right? I just think she did such a good job in this one and found her very likable and unlikable in a very, just human way. They did a good job writing out this character, I think, and she did a good job with the role. Also, this was Judd Apatow's first production to receive an Academy Award nomination. So they have this fun conversation about what it's like to be a police officer, and she decides she wants to scan people to see if anybody's speeding. We find out he's able to correctly guess how fast people are going as they drive by. She clocks someone at 91, and he says, okay, let's go, which she's super excited about, and they get to chase down a car. Okay, so from here, she ends up sending an email to everyone about maybe doing her bachelorette party, Lillian's. And again, her whole thing Annie's whole thing is saving money, so she suggests a lake house. It would be free. It's owned by Lillian's parents, and it'd be easy. Well, Helen gets on the phone and talks them all into Vegas, so Annie just kind of has to go along with it. And this is where I'm going to end it. We are about to get on the airplane, and I love that scene so much, so I thought it deserved its own episode. So we'll get into that next time. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're interested in joining Patreon, do check that out. It's Patreon, patreon.com/Real Housewives Recaps. I'm doing the original Sex and the City series recaps over there and a whole bunch of other stuff, so check that out. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.